Welcome to Curtis Goes Corner, coming to you from a secret underground base in occupied America. Hi, all you extremists and thought criminals. Welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. From the Daily Mail, Pentagon delays another intercontinental ballistic missile test to avoid angering China during military drills. Republicans say Biden wants to placate Xi's tantrums, and weak-kneed appeasement will only invite more aggression. Now, there's schools of thought on both sides. Do you antagonize the strong-willed bully, or do you show strength to the bully? What do you do? How do you stop it from escalating? It's always been a question that of countries and civilizations have asked themselves for millennia. The fact of the matter is this: the only thing we have to go on is history and what has happened in the past. And what has happened in the past is you do confront the bully. Look at John Kennedy. I was a young boy. I was just almost 5 years old when we had the Cuban Missile Crisis. Those of you that want to see the movie 13 Days, they get an idea. It's very well made. What side do you take? Do you let them burn themselves out? Or do you confront them? Or is this just a pre-escalation in anticipation of taking the island of Taiwan, which they believe is China? They believe it's occupied territory by non-Chinese people. They really, truly believe it. And their propaganda machine is just overwhelming to the Chinese people. So what do you do? Well, the Chinese know. They know our military strength. They know what we have just in our nuclear arsenal is tremendous. What they call that, the triad. The ground missiles, submarine missiles, and missiles from airborne. It's just overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It's like the one movie there. The computer plays military war games, nuclear weapons. And at the end, the artificial intelligence says the only smart move is not to play. This is a very, very dangerous game. Always has been. But here's the question. And I'll breeze through this article. You can read it. I'm not going to read it all. Do you really, truly, as an American citizen, do you really, truly, honestly believe that President Biden and his advisors in the military that he's handpicked and the people around him that are the president of the United States, are they capable of dealing with China, Xi, Putin, and Russia? You have to ask yourself that question when you go to vote this November. As China engages in destabilizing military exercises around Taiwan, the United States is demonstrating instead the behavior of irresponsible nuclear power by reducing the risk of miscalculation and misinterpretation, he said. This is from the White House spokesman. And there's a picture there of a Minuteman III Test, I believe. We have the technology. Chinese are pretty good too, but you have to understand something. Their economy is on the edge. We think ours is, but our system is so much better. We can recover faster. The Chinese can't. If their economic system starts to collapse or is in danger of collapsing, it makes them more dangerous. What do you do? I think Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan was really stupid and pointless. Unless she was there to dump all her stock, which I understand her husband sold a bunch of stock, took almost a $400,000 hit on stock from insider trading concerning a company that's based in Taiwan. It's difficult. There's a really long article Deployment of the original Minuteman began in the 1950s, and it took its name from the Continental Minutemen, the colonial Minutemen of the Revolutionary War, who were ready to fight at a moment's notice, which, by the way, now the FBI determines Minuteman, the Gadsden flag, the Betsy Ross flag are all extremist symbols. Find that fascinating. Washington says it's time that both nations bear in mind that the risk of miscalculation and to take steps to reduce those risks. Do you back down to avoid confrontation? Well, China fired 11 ballistic missiles into the waters off its southwestern or northeastern coast, right around Taiwan, of course. Beijing also scrambled fighter jets and sent some of the most up-to-date warships to surround the island, in which state media says a rehearsal for an invasion. It's going to be a mess. How will the Chinese take Taiwan? I don't think it'll be by blunt force. Frankly, I don't. I think they'll undermine them economically, maybe even do a blockade. And they'll say it's not an act of war because this is China. It always has been. And I don't, I'm trying not to be a cynical SOB as I usually am. Blinken's not the guy. He's not the guy. And that's unfortunately our Secretary of State. I mean, nothing has changed about, of course everything has changed. Unbelievable. Secretary of State Blinken attempted to ease tensions and accused China of trying to manufacture a crisis. Of course they're trying to manufacture a crisis. It's called propaganda. The Biden administration, the mainstream media have been ginning up propaganda to create crises for the last 3 or 4 years. Look at 2020, and you can fill in the blanks that I can't hear on YouTube. Remain committed to our one China policy guided by our commitments to the Taiwan Relations Act, communiques. And I want to emphasize, this is Blinken talking, nothing has changed our position. I hope very much Beijing will not manufacture a crisis or think a pretense to increase its aggressive military action, he said, in a seen U.S. ministerial meeting in Cambodia. I don't know, guys. If these are the people you want representing strength, Trump had his faults. A lot of personality faults. Sometimes he had a potty mouth. Big supporter of Trump, still am to this day. I wish he'd run again, but that's another issue. You need a strong man. You need a strong man to go against a strong man. Look at history. Look at the Cold War. Look at World War II. Look when Chamberlain, the Prime Minister of England, appeased then German leader. I can't say his name because the algorithm will pick it up and you all know who he is. Appeased him and gave him basically Czechoslovakia and the Rhineland. We're going to have peace in our time. And he waved the paper when he got off the plane. Remember the picture? We have peace in our time. And shortly thereafter started the most destructive war in human history ever. And the slaughter of millions and millions and millions. This is what's at stake. History says you don't placate a bully. You confront him. But the problem is, how strongly do you confront him? It's a very fine line to walk. And be perfectly frank, I don't have much faith in the people in the Biden administration and the people that are really truly are the president to feel comfortable with them confronting our geopolitical and real enemies in the world. Tell me what you think. Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.